Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Destiny. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we're going to cover some of the absolute must-have weapons from the Faction Rally for PC players. A lot of these are true for console as well, but some of them are actually close to top tier on PC while being virtually useless elsewhere. I'll make sure to qualify those examples when they come up. Firstly, let's talk about the individual factions. All of the weapons on this list come from either Dead Orbit or Future War Cult. New Monarchy has some super sick shaders, but its weapons, at least for this Season 1 rotation, leave a lot to be desired. So if you have pledged to them, you'll have to hope looking fabulous outweighs the actual usefulness of your loot. The True Prophecy hand cannon. Alright, this is not a popular opinion, but I kind of think this is a dark horse contender for one of the best guns in the game. But it's a slow rate of fire hand cannon, Eddie. Have you been frequenting the Crack Alley Crazy House again? No, my doctor says I'm fine, thank you. This gun doesn't even have explosive rounds, I hear you cry. Well, it does have the perk Timed Payload, and that is the real key, I feel. To actually be a top tier hand cannon in Destiny 2, a gun has to have some way of making range combat not a pointless exercise in my opinion. The Better Devils is the best example of this because it has explosive bullets, which has roughly half of its damage not subject to range fall off. The Sunshot is the same in this regard. Those two also benefit from having a more forgiving hitbox. Explosive rounds has that going for it too. Timed Payload doesn't exactly work in the same way, but its results are the same. The timed explosive damage is the same no matter the range you fire from, and seeing as it's a higher impact archetype anyway, that non-fall off damage is higher than the other guns. I think the reason I like this gun so much is because of the way that delayed damage element functions in a duel. Many times I've had people stick in a 1v1 too long because they didn't feel my shots straight away. It tricks people into thinking they're not taking significant damage. Good players will very quickly realise if they're favoured in an engagement and try to evade back to their team if they're down in a fight. It's not always possible because of team shotting, but the best players survive more often. The True Prophecy is great at countering that. It hits so hard but in a sneaky way that players don't have time for that. This is something I discovered from using the gun a lot, so it's easy to see why people wouldn't grasp that at first glance. But that isn't why most people won't think much of this gun. The main reason people dismiss the True Prophecy is because of its rate of fire. Slow rate of fire hand cannons are much more punishing, that is certainly true, and by all accounts I should prefer the Better Devils for overall use, but you know what? I don't. I always do better with the Prophecy. That's not the most objective data ever, I know, but trust me, pick this gun up and don't delete it. The Pleiades Corrector Scout. The Energy Mitre. The Pleiades is almost exactly the same as the exotic Console Destroyer, minus the radar perk, and if you like the Mitre but want to free up your kinetic or exotic slot, say for a Nameless Midnight or a Merciless Fusion in PvE, or a hand cannon in PvP, be sure to grind out Future War Cult until you get this gun. How good the actual Mitre is on PC is debatable though. I've had mixed results in PvP for example, but the Pleiades being an energy weapon, and a legendary at that, means it has a lot of utility as a backup. Let's be real, the Nameless dominates the game in PvE, but because it's kinetic, it doesn't break shields. If you want another scout as your energy option, the Pleiades is a great choice. It's also good as a range backup to say Better Devils in longer range Crucible maps. It's quite common in Trials for example, with this week's map Eternity necessitating a good ranged weapon. The Stochastic Variable SMG. Okay, so this SMG is quite unique. Its Phase Magazine perk allows it to change its rate of fire, which is actually a great advantage. A lot of players are split as to which archetype they actually prefer. 900 RPM SMGs are typically harder to control and as such aren't great in a straight up duel. On PC that recoil is easier to manage anyway, but they're actually quite well suited to how I like to use them, and that's as a rush down spray tool, either to break shield and melee at close range, or to fight from the air when pushing a wounded enemy player. If you use the 900 RPM option, you get high cal rounds instead, which is pretty good. If you choose Phase Magazine, the gun will function better as a main dueling weapon, as 600 RPM SMGs are actually very good within their effective range. Just remember you'll have a smaller magazine size of 30 if you do elect to use it that way. The fact that you have the choice is what makes this gun stand out. It also comes with Tap the Trigger, so your initial burst of fire will be easier to control whichever way you use it. It's very good, be sure to pick this one up. As an honourable mention, you should also grind to get the Number auto rifle. I didn't in my 30 engrams, hence why out of spite I haven't included it on the main list, but it is really good. It's like the Uriel's Gift but lacks high cal rounds. To be fair, high cal isn't quite as necessary on PC as it is on console, so the Number is a great auto rifle choice. Right, so onto some Dead Orbit weapons, and first up is a gun that everyone should try and get. The Dire Promise is very good. It's very similar to the old fashion, but actually fires slightly faster at 150 RPM and has lightweight so you move faster with it equipped. A lot of people love this weapon for its fire rate and its triple tap perk, which returns 1 round to the magazine for rapidly hitting headshots. That's obviously amazing in PvE, especially on large crit and health pool targets like a servitor, making you capable of shooting for much longer before reloading, a particular problem with hand cannons. But the gun is also popular in PvP. I happen to not like these faster firing hand cannons for that purpose, preferring a slower, harder hitting variant. That's all personal preference, obviously, so you'll just have to try it for yourself. Definitely grind tokens to get it though. The Escape Velocity SMG. Alright, this SMG looks amazing, like an AK-74U or something. I'd heard on console its recoil is absurd, to the point where it's unusable almost. Well, it's a good thing we've got mice on PC, am I right? It's a 900 RPM archetype, has high cal rounds, and Grave Robber, which refills your mag partially after a melee kill. So I should love this gun, right? It fits my SMG spray and melee playstyle perfectly. The extra ammo after a kill seems custom built just for me. Here's the thing, because it's a kinetic SMG, it does seem to have worse hipfire spray than an energy version. I don't know if that's an actual thing, it just feels less reliable for that jump and spray chase down playstyle. It's not bad by any means, I was just expecting, I don't know, a little bit more. It does look amazing however, and if your close-up ADS aim is great, then it will reward you. As a second honourable mention, a lot of people are making some fuss about the Dead Orbit auto rifle, the Guiding Star. It's a faster firing auto with high cal and moving target, which gives you faster movement speed while aiming down sight, kind of like Stalker from COD. Now I can see how people would like this gun, but it's only an honourable mention because I didn't get along with it that well. But you should certainly try it if it does drop for you. And that's about it. There are some genuinely good guns available on PC for the Faction Rally. It ends soon, so if you haven't yet, grind out the tokens to get some of these. I really hope you found this video useful. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click on the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in good company. And finally, please check out our Twitter where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time,